Thanks. I think in general I had a great level. I was putting a lot of pressure on his serve, and even second set, which was tighter. I had two games where I had break points to go double break up. On one of them, I remember he made amazing volley on the first break point, so could have been a bit more in front, but then in the end it got a bit tight. But happy with the way I played, the way I served, basically with everything. Looking forward to next matches.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed very frustrated with your style of play. I'm just wondering if you felt that on the court and why you feel like your type of game is difficult for him.
I think it's not only that style, it's more that it happened that the 3 times I played him, I was in a great shape. It was Halle where I made finals playing great. It was Brisbane where I won the title, and here, and I'm playing great right now here, the 3 matches I played. So when I'm playing great, it's tough to play me because I can serve well, I can hit winners when I need to, but I can be great in defense when I need to. So it's just an all-around game, which I like for sure, and which is sometimes not easy to get a hold of, and that's a little bit, I guess, what happened today.
Playing more aggressive because he felt that you were, and maybe moving it a little bit closer.
When I'm in confidence, I'm an aggressive player. Like if you look like the Grand Slam matches when I was making finals, I would play like Rublev or Felix. The guys, you cannot be more aggressive than them, but I would hit more winners than them because I would be great in defense to try to not reduce their winners. But then whenever I had the opportunity, I could move in. So of course, when I'm a bit playing worse, that's where I become defensive. But it's not by choice. It's more by when I'm playing not great, my shot power and everything drops a bit down, the percentage of the serve, etc. So when I'm hitting the ball the way I hit now, I can be aggressive and can put a lot of pressure on my opponents and still being able to be great in defense, and that's what makes it tough.
Hey, Danil, I wanted to ask you, you play pretty quickly generally, like when you're serving, that kind of thing. Some players find the shot clock difficult, frustrating. How do you find it? Like, yeah.
It's a very tough question because it's so like the shot clock is so sorry, how you say it? Not personal, but subjective. Because I do think it's very tough. I do think there should be some consideration from the referee, meaning even me who goes super fast on my serve, if you play a 40-shot rally and maybe you finish in the corner. Today happened a couple of times. I go to serve and I feel like I didn't even ask for the towel. I was like just trying to get some breathe, and I look, it's like 5 seconds. And I was like, what happened there? And so it is fast now. But some players do, how you say, abuse it by like it's 2 seconds and they go like, oh, my toss went away or something. So it's so subjective. I think the way it is here is a bit too fast. And again, if I'm saying this, then probably it is because I go fast on my serve. But in general, yeah, it's like because when they do it like here automatic, I feel like it's tiny bit too fast. But when they make this rule where the guy can go to the towel and they only started at the towel, some guys tell it like 20 seconds to go to the towel. So it's very subjective, and whatever it is, I just try to adapt and try to play with it.
Do you think some umpires do it differently to others?
Yeah, I think so. I think Fergus gave me 2 or 3 times in my life a time violation, and I always went nuts because sometimes you play Rafa, you play, I don't know, Sasha takes, Novak takes some time to prepare for serve. And of course you play them sometimes with a different empire, but I would love to see Fergus. I cannot play Rafa anymore, but if he would make like 10 times time violation to Rafa, because like you need to have some common sense sometimes, which maybe you should, I think also what would work great is to advertise a player, meaning, not give not only me, everyone. You first advertise, meaning on the changeover you say, look, there was 1 or 2 times you were getting really close, next time is going to be a time violation. And not like Fergus gave me, I remember this in Vienna, I went absolutely nuts and lost the match because of it. On the tiebreak, we played like crazy 2 points with Motet. I didn't even go for the towel or something, and he gave me time violation, and this I don't accept still. And yeah, so I think there is a difference.
Thank you.
Danil, you've had quite a few moments in your career that have gone viral on social media. Are there 1 or 2 where you look back at the footage and go, actually, that was pretty funny?
I think in a way all of them, because that's how life is. Some of them I'm not proud of. But in the end, all of this, it depends. It's subjective. Some people find it disrespectful, some find it funny. So I prefer when I'm out of the court to be more on the easy side of things and enjoy life. When I'm on the court, it's a bit different. I'm a bit more strict to myself. And so if you enjoy life, you find a lot of things funny, which some other people don't because they enjoy life less.
Danil, well done today. You played a couple times this week in Stadium 2, and was wondering if you thought maybe the crowd may be a little smaller there this year, and if you prefer that or still playing in front of the big crowd.
Yeah, I will be honest with you. The crowd was always something like when you go in the stadium, 15,000 expect. It's amazing feeling. But, we came through futures, we came through challengers, junior events, and some are packed, some are not. Sometimes you play in some futures where there is 10 people watching, and it's fine. I try to do my best to win. Sometimes, sometimes I'm a bit of a guy who locks in and I don't do like twinners and stuff, but sometimes I have some fun points. So if people enjoy, if they come to my matches, however many it is. So I saw this a little bit polemic about Stadium 2. I think whatever tournament decides, it's great. I enjoyed playing there with the way it was this year.
For a long time, the balls have been provided by Penn. This year it's Dunlop. Can you tell the difference?
Yeah, well, if I understand right, Penn is head, and I hate head balls. So I understand that some people like them. I just hate them because, again, I explained it very well in Rotterdam. For me, the problem with Penn ball is that, like, once you hit with it for 2 minutes or 2 points, it's not round anymore. It has some shapes of it next to the line. I don't know how you call it, like where they connect, becomes bigger than the other one. And I do feel like sometimes you hit the same motion, and depending on where you hit the ball, because the ball is small, it doesn't go the same way. And I hate it because I'm like, one time I miss, one time I put it in, but I cannot tell you why did I miss and why did I put it in. And with Dunlop, not my favorite ball, but I feel like at least it's a round ball, which however you hit decides what happens to the point. So if you don't hit well enough, it can be out or in the net. The only thing with Dunlop is that they fluff up a bit too fast. But again, I prefer Dunlop.
Danny, you did a lot of good things today, including reading and reacting to the drop shot. What makes you so good defending the drop shot? Who has the best drop shot?
Alcaraz for sure. It's crazy drop shots. And Mute, you know what? They could. Mute has a different game, so for Alcaraz, what makes it easier is he can hit crazy with very strong winner. So the next one, you're tiny bit on the back leg, and then he makes a drop shot, so he counters you. Mute is a bit different game, but he has a crazy drop shot as well, so I would put this too. And look, I try my best because, again, I remember very well, Carlos played me here in Indian Wells in the final, made a lot of drop shots, a lot of winners. And but I said to myself, okay, well, he has an amazing drop shot, so he can do it. And the next week I went, so probably people watched the final, so all of them started drop shotting, and I won the title. I was like, okay, can continue. So I just try my best. Whenever I have a drop shot to play, I try to win the point, and that's it.
How do you prepare, or it wasn't the case today, but how do you prepare, or do you prepare differently for an opponent you've never played before? And, maybe someone you practiced with, but you never played in a match with, someone you've never felt their ball before. How do you prepare for those matches?
I think the preparation is the same. It's just that whenever you've played someone, you have tiny bit an idea of what his shots are. Because the tactic you can change. You can serve and volley or stay back. On the return, you can go back or forward. But the shot you have, you cannot really change. So meaning Mikkelsen couldn't go in today and start spinning like Baez, for example, my previous opponent. So that's probably the biggest difference is when you play someone for the first time. You kind of don't know his shot exactly, and so sometimes it takes a little bit of time to adapt into it. But in general, your preparation is the same because on the practice you still, you hit the same ball. You for sure try to use first of all your strengths, and then you see what's going to work during the match.
What are your thoughts on it? Because you haven't played Novak in a while.
Yeah. I practiced with him here, and that's exactly what I told him. I was like, well, when was the last time we played? And I think it was US Open, the final. So it would be fun. I love playing Novak. I had a lot of success, but also some tough losses. But I enjoy playing him because, he's the biggest tennis player ever. Still fighting, 38 years old. I think maybe physically is tiny bit worse than at his peak, but he's playing unbelievable still. And finals of Australian Open, beating Yannick. But Jack won here last year, coming back from injury, playing great. So I think I would be surprised if it's a one-sided match. I think it's going to be very, very physical battle where you don't know who's going to win. Very different opponents, righty, lefty, different games. So I'm going to prepare for the winner.
Thank you.
Thank you.